Okay, so this is my first attempt at power carving with the angle grinder. It was pretty interesting. I've never done it before. I've used an angle grinder on steel and everything, but never on wood. I guess my take from it is it's a lot of fun, I gotta say that. And the thing that I noticed about it is I kind of had an idea in my head what I was going to do, and as I was carving this out, this isn't anything like what I had pictured in my head, but I like it. That's one thing that I thought was kind of cool. Was it was like just transforming in front of my eyes, kind of. I haven't finished it or anything yet. I was going to kind of go over the discs that I used. This is the main one I used here. It's a rotary planer, blades here. This one cuts really smooth. I used it on the bottom, and I mean it cut it flat and smooth, so I like that. And then also this one I would use for removing a lot of material, I guess. It doesn't have cutters up on the edge, so once I started getting down into the bowl, it was a little harder to get to it with this edge that doesn't cut. So this one I really like. I would use it to start out with, to get it kind of shaped the way you want it, and it'll leave kind of a smooth surface, so that leaves a little less sanding. This one right here, and this is the chainsaw blade. This one, I tried to use it for, once I got down in here, and this other one with the edge not cutting was kind of hard to get to. So I tried to use this one, and this one here, if you're going to use this, don't, if you're just trying to get some material moved out of the way, I don't suggest that you try to dig in too much. You got to tip it, otherwise it basically hardly cuts at all. So you got to tip it, and then when you're using it, just take like light. I was doing light passes. If I tried to dig in, all it does is it cuts into it and leaves a big gouge there. So you have to kind of work it and just keep doing that as you remove material. So this one I would mainly use this for like the initial, like on this here where I'm trying to angle it or trying to remove excess material. I would use this mainly just for cutting off chunks. That's basically all I'm going to use this for, I think. This is a cut saw. It's got the little pins on it, I guess you could say. I think this is the medium one. I'm not positive. I'll have to check into that. This is probably my favorite blade to use. This one, it removes material pretty good. It cuts all the way up on the edge, so when you're cutting down, trying to remove material for the bowl, you can really get in there, and you can cut like this, or you can cut like this, and it doesn't dig into the wood, so you don't have to worry about gouging it as you're going. This is going to be probably my main disc that I'm going to use. I think what I'm going to do is I'll use the chainsaw disc to initially shape it when I first start out, like cutting off, this was flat where the log was, so just cutting off chunks to get it kind of shaped in the general shape that I want it to be. And then the rotary planer, I'll use that one because it will remove material pretty fast and it leaves a pretty smooth surface. So I'll use that on the outside here probably to initially kind of get it more shaped the way that I want it. And then I can also use it to remove material to the point where I mean, you can get to a certain depth and then it doesn't work too good. It'll work if you can keep it flat, but once you start having to tip it, there's no cutting edge on the edge of it, so it doesn't cut that well when you have to start tipping it the deeper you get down in. That's where I'll use this one. And this, I was thinking that this was just going to be a blade for smoothing it out and kind of shaping it a little bit after you get the initial bulk of the wood removed. but this removes a lot more than I thought it was going to. And then it cut, like I say, it cuts all the way around the edge. So I can pretty much stand this on end and get down in there and it'll cut, you know. So this is my main one I'm going to use. So chainsaw blade to get it kind of initially shaped, rotary planer somewhat on the inside till it gets too deep, but mostly on the outside too. I can remove quite a bit of material fast, and it's smooth, and then I can get it initially shaped. And then this will be my final one I use. So anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you want to follow along with me as I'm doing this. And I'll talk to you next time. Have a good one.